again.
Happy New Year, buddy.
Yeah, happy New Year to you too. Again, wouldn't believe it. It's been a while since I've seen you.
New Year, new me.
It's been a year, I think.
About a year, yeah.
Yeah, about a year.
Last year.
Yeah, I know. Like that. So yeah, see, not big on New Year's resolutions or anything.
Nah, bud, you can't improve on this.
Can't improve, you reckon?
Nah, I'm running at peak performance.
I reckon a haircut could sort you out, make at least one improvement.
Yeah, well, there's pressure. There's pressure coming from all directions.
Even
but
flipping up the sides.
Well, I talked about doing that. I just wanted to go just a straight number 2 on the sides and let the rest fall over. But Sammy wasn't too impressed with that idea.
I reckon take it to the skin, mate. Like at least half or a one.
Yeah.
Nice and smooth.
But if I do that, I want to leave the back as long as possible as well.
Yeah, party at the back.
Yeah.
Then just if you want to slick it over, if you got something fancy, you need to wear a button up. You got enough up top to do a bit.
Good part about my job, I can look like a dickhead. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like that's probably a reason I have to look half presentable all the time.
But I've gone around with homeless beards doing my job.
Yeah, because working in community services and youth and that, I can't be walking like I'm a bit sketchy around Movember too. Like, because some modes just don't suit certain people's.
Yeah,
and I don't know if I fit that category or not, and I'm not willing to try.
It gets pretty curly whirly once you get a bit of length.
It does. But back on the New Year's resolution stuff, like
you got any for yourself?
Well, that's the meeting after I've got to go. So we've got a family meeting, and like we always do it, start of the year, set 5 or 6 goals.
Well, so, like your immediate family.
Yeah, so mum, dad, Bailey, and Jess and the kids now.
Yeah, right.
So we all set out like it has to be minimum 5, as many as you want type thing.
Yeah.
But then, so today we got the review from last year's meeting, then setting goals.
Do you remember your last year's goals?
No, like I'm terrible. Like,
but they're written down.
They're written down. Mum keeps them in the office and she whips them out.
It's nice to recall.
Yeah,
do this.
I thought I'd do this, and usually it's a kick in the teeth.
Do you feel like what's the chances you've accomplished this?
I'm aiming for 40%.
I haven't seen any big changes, I'll be honest.
No.
If you've written down anything drastic, you failed.
Yeah, I think so. So I think one off the top of my head, I think I was trying to be in between 82 and 86 kilos. And I think I'm 2 kilos out as I stand today, coming off a silly season.
That's good.
So
but it's a fail.
I know, it's still a cross. It's still a cross. But, and I think the other one.
I thought you were sitting mid-90s, so that's real good.
No. Oh, over the Christmas and the New Year period, I was flirting with. I was in the 90s. That was based on food and piss cutting, but
I think it was last year. You put in, I think it was mine and Laurie's group chat, and like you actually got a bit upset about it because you put the photos of when you had the kids and you had a bit of a belly, and like, why no? Tell me you were fat.
Oh no, I was upset. Like I thought you were my mates, like you got to chip me up.
I didn't notice, but I think
I was comfy.
Got bigger.
I was a bit comfy. Let's put it that way. I think
back. I didn't realize you got that big.
I think it was my firstborn in 2017. Like I think I almost tipped the triple dig, and I'm not even over 6 foot. See, so like that's massive on the BMI. Like I would have blown that up. I think.
Yeah.
So shout out anyone looking for an overweight halfback. Here's your guy. But no, bit better now. Like cardio is still not the best as it was, but I think from that day I'm 12, 13 kilos under, so I've been quite stable. Like I'm not going to do anything drastic.
But what about the rest of the family? You reckon they've hit their goals?
Well, I don't know. I think the boys, like the young boys, always kill it. Like Brooklyn and Reggie, but they dominate.
What are their goals?
Like I think we set them up. Like I think stuff like doing well at school and getting a good report.
Yeah, we're setting low bars.
Yeah, low bars, learning how to swim, like type thing, and we take lessons every week. So like they're chipping away. They're chipping away.
I suppose you don't want to set them up barriers.
No.
Yeah, just really cut them down.
So that's my excuse. I'm more focused on their goals than my own. So that's probably why I've only achieved 20 or 40% out of my 5.
That's it. You're carrying the team.
Yeah.
Carrying the team. Try it.
Selfless act. Selfless act. I'm not a selfish player, mate.
Not selfish at all. Tell you what, bud. Based on last week, we did way better than I thought we'd do.
Yeah, I was expecting 5 to 10 downloads, to be honest.
We did. I would have been honestly happy with a 10th of how we did.
I know, and I reckon 2 of those views would have been us.
So if you cut back
out of 10, and that's mainly just the review, just to see what we can touch up.
Well, I got to edit it and all that kind of stuff and fix stuff. So I was looking at that, but no, all the stats they give me are like individual accounts. So I only got 1 per account. But thanks to everyone for a good listen, and hopefully you come back for round 2.
Yeah, there's always plenty of room in the doghouse.
Can't blame you if you didn't.
Yeah, that's fair bump.
Do we talk about how I ended up in the doghouse this week?
Oh, I reckon we should start. Yeah, that's a well, it's not a doghouse podcast unless we're talking about the doghouse stories.
I'm surprised I wasn't further in the doghouse, how bad it went. No, I know you know most of it, but I'll give you the rundown. So, we've got a couple of the working dogs inside, and obviously working dogs, they listen to me a bit more. And Sam's got Big Toby, my biggest worker.
Voldemort.
Yeah, Voldemort has Big Toby. And she's giving him a cuddle, and he's 25 kilos working weight, so that's just muscle.
So he's big, yeah.
He's got a big wolf head, big kelpie. And she's giving him a real tight cuddle. And I'm sorry, this will annoy you. I said, Toby, speak up. So he should have just barked. That's all he should have done. But obviously he didn't feel comfortable doing that job in her arms. So he's given this big old shake, thrown his head into Sam's face and busted her eye open.
Wow.
But
did she pull up all right? We draw blood?
No, she's on the ground bleeding.
Oh.
I think she's joking. She puts it on every now and then to get a reaction out of me, and she'll get up and laugh.
Just to see if you care.
Yeah, I'm laughing at it like dog didn't hurt you, whatever. Oh, you're fine. Pulls her hand back, a fair amount of blood. And I'm laughing at it. So she's well off me. She goes,
wrong reaction.
Dog's outside. So I did come back inside, but I wasn't sure what reaction I was going to get. Matt, she asked me how the dog was. I said, the dog doesn't know what happened. It's fine.
Yeah, just reacting off instinct.
She was thinking, am I getting stitches? And she said, I'm going to have one of those slits those gangsters have.
Oh, back in the Soldier Boy days we're talking. Oh, bring that back. Whatever happened to the tracks in the eyebrows?
I remember when I was younger, I wanted to cut one of those in, but I knew I wasn't cool enough before.
Well, the worst thing about it is you can always go and check who used to do it now because the eyebrows are uneven.
Yeah.
Because when you're shaving with the clippers, there's certain spots growing back thicker.
Well, that was what I always knew. My hair follicles are so thick. When it grows back, it'll look like cactus eyebrow.
Yeah. And mine's the same. Like, that's why, if you look, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, I wasn't very good at the tweezer stage when I was up at boarding school. So I used to do the down the middle, but I've picked, I don't know if you've noticed ever, but my left eyebrow, where I've clipped with a razor, grows against the grain now.
That's funny.
So if I don't go,
now I got to comb you over.
Got to comb him over to fade in with the rest of the mob, you know.
I didn't even think about this, bud, in the new year, but you brought this up. 10 years since you graduated.
Yeah, cheers to that. That was a decade that's gone past quick.
That's a quick. Oh, made me feel old.
Because when the idea come up, I was like 2023. I'm like 2013 was graduation year, and I was like, rightio, kindergarten, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've got 13 years of education. So, and we've been out for almost 13 years. So
what do you think about it like that?
So we're deep diving here at the moment.
Yeah, nearly is. Well, you take us back to year 2.
Yeah, pretty much at the moment.
But anyway, we wanted to recap 2013 a little bit, and I feel like for whatever age you are, it's not bad. Go back and have a look because we really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
When he sent it to me, Trey sent me this playlist to have a look through. It gets you back in that 18-year-old mood.
And I'll tell you what, you've wrapped it up there, Chef. I was 18-year-old, everyone's turning.
Just a big year for anyone.
Just a big year for the 18-year-olds. It was obviously I was at the back end of the year and you were about mid-year. So we're just at the, starting to feel yourself, the chest starts to come out, 10-foot tall, bulletproof. Then, you're heading out to the clubs, new environment. You're not house partying. Remember that?
It's
sneaking around.
Like you grow up and you move on, but somewhat fondest years. I remember the last farm I was on, I was doing farming during COVID. Everything's locked down. I mean, 2 18-year-old barmaids, and I just think, what a horrible time to be 18.
Yeah.
During lockdown, COVID. And he goes,
you're missing
I feel like I'm missing out. And I didn't want to say to him, like, yeah, bud, this sucks for you.
It's like it's like that door's been locked.
And you're never going to be 18 again.
No. And it sort of set sail. I remember having your 18th at the pub, then trying to make it out, which not many of us in our friend group did.
You definitely did.
No.
I had at the pub with a decent effort. I remember, I think you were home by 9.
10:30, mate, to be exact. Then, I don't know, for the Waggaranians that, that do listen. So we held it up at the top of the Vic. and we had a private function before the nightclub opened up at 11. So we had to pack up and move by 11. But
you don't remember that?
No. So about speeches, like, when you're 18, like everyone, like at parties, like you get sent with a quota, like you might have your 6 stubbies and you got to time them because there might be no extra piss around.
That's it.
This is my.
Can't be hit more than 2 an hour.
Yeah, exactly. So you time them out, and then at some sort of house parties, there might be jelly shots available, and you might get your hands on that. But everyone's come with their own quota sent by the parents, so not many people's keen to pass out a coupler. So you got the quota. This was my first sort of experience where we're at the pub, then like playing footy with like dad's mates and growing up with them, going to train and that. You get caught in that situation where you're half a schooner deep. Then, I've brought you an extra one.
Especially on your birthday.
Yeah, on your birthday. Like, I've brought you one here, mate. Then you don't want to feel guilty for not having that mouthful.
Like that confident goal, mate.
Yeah, you just got to take it. So, and I don't know about how you felt on your 18th, but I felt when someone brought me a drink, I had to go, finish that one and acknowledge them by having a sip of the fresh stewie. Then that's when it all went downhill.
Yeah.
Big time. I made a turn for the worst.
I had my 18th, the full mask party, and my 21st all at the farm. And a fair bit of it blows into one, but I remember my 18th was more just drinking bottles. So you had your bottle on you, so that was fine. But my 21st, someone gave me like this big chalice. So I'm walking around that, but the problem is you're talking to people and like it's a group before you, 2 blokes in the group would just tip their beer into it. And like, so I never really refilled or went for a drink. But that was probably one of the bigger nights.
Yeah, but we've all been there at 18, 21.
Passage.
It is. Unfortunately, it is.
So, we're going to recap a few of the features of 2013.
Yeah.
We're going to start with.
I reckon start. So, I've gone top 40 best selling, and Shep's got a few additionals. So we'll go the songs first, but then I've recapped some sporting news. So we'll roll the songs first.
Yeah, I found a few little things I want to mention too.
Yeah. So how about we start low and work our way to number 1?
You want to go through the lot here?
Yeah, why not?
We can just skip some. We're not big on it. There's a few, I'll be honest, but I didn't know.
Yeah, same. So the ones that we didn't know, we could just move through.
Blurred Line's number 1.
Number 1, bit of Robin Thicke. A bit of blurred line. He's been cancelled. Yeah. And when you go back and listen to that song, like there's no consent talk. Yeah, very blurred lines.
Yeah.
When you're operating in the grey, mate, sometimes it only takes
there's no grey in the ball,
yeah, exactly. So absolute banger of a track. Like obviously cancelled now, but back in 2013.
I definitely remember the next one, Daft Punk.
Get lucky.
Get it up all night. And we certainly were up all night. Tell you what, we weren't.
No getting lucky.
No getting lucky.
Tried, but failed. But fun fact with that one there. So Daft Punk, so they were off the scene. But fact check me on this. But this is just word of mouth fact. Someone else can. So if I'm talking bullshit, call me out on it because then I know the right facts. But so Daft Punk went missing for a few years after their last album dropped, and they come back with the Pharrell Williams "Get Lucky," and story goes, as I've been told, to debut the song, they wanted to pick somewhere remote. Boom, sort of picked Australia and just went finger on the map. You have a guess where they shot the film clip? It's an animated film clip, but they released the song at a small remote town in Australia.
No, I don't know it, but I've heard of it. Yeah, hit me.
So shout out to the Wee War Panthers, Jamie Lyon country.
He's come up with this. He loves it.
Yeah. So grew up in Wee War, born now bright, represent. Shout out to the mob there. But fun fact, word of mouth though,
because it is animated, but it's like in a desert, isn't it? Yeah.
So
we got Avicii "Wake Me Up"
track
when there was big. I feel like 2013 was really a big year for the electronic DJ.
Yeah,
Avicii.
I think that's when
down here as well. David Guetta.
Yeah, Calvin Harris.
Yeah,
Tiesto, I think was out. Yeah. I think it was that dance music starting to come in because, or even like, I think it might have been 2014 when the Australian scene sort of went off with Will Sparks and Joel Fletcher. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was
Oh,
around
I
about
think-
that time when
I
we
think
turned
you missed
18.
The most important man there,
Who?
Timmy the trumpet.
Oh,
Trumpet.
yeah. He made a living.
Made a living off a trumpet.
I'm
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I feel like he went to a private school and he had to, like, you learn your festivals. He learned a trumpet and then he sent it mainstream.
There you go. Because even like when you look at the rise of Timmy Trumpet, sort of coincided with Jason Derulo in the trumpets.
Oh,
Conspiracy 101 here. So I don't think so. It might have been released
a
2014.
different one from Derulo here.
Yeah, I think Derulo was starting to get out of that dance type music into the trumpets because he had about 3 or 4 songs. Like there was the trumpets. I'll bring it next podcast. I have to look up those 3 songs. I think it was the same trumpet beat, but it was just sped up, normal, and slow. I'll bring it next one.
Passenger, Let It Go.
Track.
That's all we need.
Yeah. Oh, remember that one?
I do.
I remember the film clip, like little fella with the ears, like fingers in the ears. La 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 la.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna nail it, but he did.
Track.
Yeah. Sam Smith, like, I feel like this is
because he come in on a few heavy features.
This is what I was saying to Sam about. So we've got Habibi Chicken in town. I said, like, a good way to make people more comfortable with different cultures and stuff. And obviously, I'm not talking culture of Sam Smith, but he's LGBTQ, whatever you want to go with. Is to just have these great ambassadors, like Habibi Chicken in town, best chicken you're getting in town.
Good feed. What's your poison from there?
Oh, just a quarter chicken and chips, bud. Just keep it never. Oh, and Habibi sauce.
Yum. I thought you were more of a gym junkie. Not going to bully?
Nah. Nah. Get it caught in the teeth. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, shout out Habibis.
Like Sam Smith's been such a great ambassador, I guess, for their community. Not that he pushes it, but just people see him, they know who he is. It makes them more comfortable.
Makes some good music too.
You can get I'm not big on the next one.
What?
I don't like her.
You don't like her?
And I get hit back by everyone on this. I just don't like her.
Like, I'll be lying to you if I said I don't like her.
I think what we got to say? What we got to say is Katy Perry Raw. I hate it.
What about Fireworks?
I hate her. I hate it.
What about the menu log ad?
Oh,
ring ding dong,
ding dong,
ring the ding 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 dong.
I did like the menu log with Sharon Strzelecki and Kim Kardashian. That's funny.
This one here, the next one on the list we got is still probably in the R&B list. To be honest,
is Macklemore one of the best rappers of all time?
Oh, I wouldn't put him in that category, but good.
I'll put him up there.
You reckon?
Yeah.
This is probably when we differ as people because, like, my top 5, man, I'll probably go. Like,
I probably know.
Go Tupac, Biggie, J. Cole is my guy at the moment. Love J. Cole. Love a bit of Drizzy. And I'll probably have to still keep Eminem or 50. That's my top 5.
I would say Macklemore isn't as far away from Eminem as most people would say. But I'd also, my top 5 would be Eminem 1.
Eminem 1? Yeah. Tracks.
I don't think Macklemore makes my top 5, but I'm just saying if there was a rapper Hall of Fame, he's probably in it.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
When you look at the sports stars that make Hall of Fames,
I
think he's contributed the same to rap.
Be interesting to know, like, what do you have to sell? You have to go like triple platinum or something, don't you? What's the category? Or is it just personal decision?
It changes generation to generation, but like all Hall of Fames.
True.
What have we got now?
Oh, number 8.
Yeah.
This is still up there.
Unreal.
Love Sick playlist.
But the problem is local radio still loves her. Who we got? Pink. We got Pink.
Featuring
Nate
Russ.
Give me a reason.
Yeah, featuring Nate Russ, the guy from Fun.
But is that her husband?
I think in the film clip they were dancing together.
Yeah.
He didn't see
her husband in the film.
Yeah, and they do that.
And it's like
contemporary dance. Yeah,
it's cool. It's really cool. She's cool.
Yeah, she just makes some good music. Like anything she sort of touches or releases.
Too. Like old kids love her, young kids love
her. Even like in the early 90s rap, getting the party started. That was a track.
One Republic, Counting Stars.
Yeah, that's when they sort of went big with like Too Late to Apologise, Counting Stars.
I feel like when you look back in time, you forget these bands, and it's almost. I feel like One Republic almost gets a bit of fandom from Imagine Dragons because they feel the same.
Yeah, I think same but different
Like
way.
you can look back at 08 and Sammy's playlist are full of this, and it's all like All American Rejects and like all the I couldn't even think of another one.
Like,
all the same similar kind of angsty bands.
Yeah,
It's
like Train.
Once you just come
Simple
up through the category.
Yeah, Green Day, whatever the flavour is that year.
Every band up.
Oh, this is like his sort of return to music, this guy, Justin Timberlake with Mirrors. Like,
yeah, it was kind of like a jump for him too, because pop, bit more angsty.
Because I didn't mind his like early stuff with NSYNC and like when he was JT Fuckboy days, like always putting out the the love songs.
When I think back to this time period, I think like back to my first car, and I had like I think you remember the old Rodeo. I had the big touch screen.
Yeah,
this is one of the songs I remember. Yeah, for an 06 Rodeo, she was flash.
She was real flash.
Touchscreen
radio, bro.
Yeah, and it came up like the album cover, and I remember there's a few songs I remember from that year, and this is one of them, Mirrors.
Mirrors. This is a good song. I don't know the next one, Pompeii by
Bastille. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's on the list. I'm going to go probably more an indie track, probably not out of taste. Not bad though.
Waiting All Night, is that Rudimental?
Yeah.
Actually, that wasn't a bad song now, since it's gone through me.
Yeah, I couldn't give me a bit.
Oh,
I did have it the other day.
Because I've been waiting all night to tell me what you want. Tell me what you want, me.
Yeah,
that was a good track.
Good tracks. Macklemore again.
Yeah,
he had a good year.
They're still on my gym playlist, I reckon.
I think it's on every gym playlist.
Oh, Can't Hold Us.
Macklemore, Can't Hold Us.
Then not too fond. I don't think I remember this one. Love Me Again, John Newman.
You remember that one? You know, I'm a bit of a. I'm not anymore, but my wife's gonna hate hearing this. Back then, I was a bit of a hopeless romantic.
Were you?
Oh, deep in heart. I didn't show it.
Didn't show it.
I couldn't show it.
So what are you now? Just hopeless? You got the romantic side?
Lost that. These are the ones I just sing to myself.
Yeah, so I can give you a few bars.
No, I don't think I could.
No, right.
What are we?
Rude. I've bared my soul with Rudimental.
Oh, I'll give you some later on. Burn, Ellie Goulding.
And we're gonna let it burn.
She's Australian, yeah?
I've got no idea.
Bit fun. I'll go for the next one. But I swear she's Australian. Because I swear she's obviously more famous than Amy Shark, but she does a lot of those Amy Shark kind of regional tours.
You reckon?
Not with Amy, but like she used to do regional. No, she's not. Ellie Goulding's not going to Tamworth Showground now. Oh, you're not on the Wi-Fi, yeah. This is my parents live in the suburbs, but it's part of the kind of suburbs where the Wi-Fi is horrible.
That's all right.
Not Wi-Fi, sorry, the cellular service.
Going off the 4G.
Bruno Mars, When I Was Your Man.
We've got English, Ellie Goulding.
English, I was wrong. Fair enough. Yeah. Bruno Mars, When I Was Your Man.
Man, Bruno didn't miss that year, if I remember correctly. Like
he had a few.
He had like
probably that 3-year segment there.
Probably had Gorillaz.
Then he had
Locked Out of Heaven, probably same year.
Mean. Why are you gonna be so rude? Is it? Not
mean? Completely different song, and it's not Bruno.
Why are you gonna be? Oh, is that that's the other two? MKT something.
MKTA, like classic.
Yeah, is that those boys that do rude?
No.
I have no idea.
Anyway, just disregard the list to like 30 seconds.
You
can tell Shep's a bit of a muso.
Here's when I think about my old 06 Rodeo, this is the song I think about. I Knew You Were Trouble when you walked in. Taylor Swift.
Now I'm gonna like sneaky confession. Like
I've got a lot of confession.
Like I don't care. Like I think it's more manly to admit that I fucking love Taylor Swift.
Oh, Tay-Tay?
Yeah.
Mate, she's highly... So I don't have playlists on my Spotify. I've got a few. Really, I just listen to like songs. She's all over it.
I'll tell you what, though. Like, if it's like 2:30 at the pub and Love Story kicks in...
See, on my
God.
On my like songs, it's more about new age stuff. But then when you're on your sessions, you bring out like Mean, Love Story.
I don't know about you.
Our song...
Yeah,
that song is a slim screen door.
That's a track. You Belong With Me, bro.
And you look at the dating history, and it's not great, but it also has to be tough to date a woman that famous.
Oh,
She's all the time.
T Swizzle. Remember it? Have you heard her song? Was it? I think it was Thug Story with T Pain. She tries rap.
Oh yeah, I've touched on a few of those ones. Yes.
That's the only one that misses for me, I reckon. Yeah.
You're out of your lane.
She dropped an absolute banger with Kendrick too, Bad Blood. Shake it off.
Good. Bad Blood's cool.
Bad Blood's good. Then you got Shake It Off. Like, I can't help but get jiggy to that all the time.
This is a band that came back into focus for a little while with a few good ones. Scream and Shout. will.i.am featuring Britney Spears. So I say band because I'm thinking
you're thinking of Black Eyed Peas.
But yeah, it's just will.i.am. Yeah.
Bring the action. Track.
Weird video clips. And that's when Britney's trying to. Britney's always seems to always push in every couple of years, doesn't she?
Mate, if you check her Instagram, she's lighting that thing up.
Oh, she's going hard again.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Not in the right reasons,
I don't look up Spears too often, to be honest. Iconic pop, I love it. Charlie XCX. So Charlie XCX used to be, you don't hear much of her anymore, but she used to be one of my favorites. And no one ever knew who she was because it's always featuring Charlie XCX.
Oh, I can't even remember some of her music.
So she did.
She was mad featured, but
yeah,
like
she
sometimes
did a lot of features with Iggy Azalea. I also love, who a lot of people don't like.
I don't mind Iggy.
A bit of Iggy.
Then we had.
You want a beer, bud?
Yeah, sure. But yeah, I love it now. It's featured on all KFC ads, like track.
Oh yeah, they just have random singing it.
Yeah. Someone say KFC.
Dear Darling, Ollie Murs.
You remember Ollie? Yeah, track.
Yeah.
He come out with a fair few bangers, old Ollie that
cool
year.
too.
Yeah. Like if you ever like, I'd say like that's hangover music top stuff.
Yeah.
You get up and you're feeling a bit lovesick.
Next morning, you probably should have already gone home.
Yeah. Someone's couch and it comes on and you're like, oh, what am I doing?
I reckon you don't know. Do you know the next one? I know it. I love it. Do you know it?
No.
Ho, hey, Lumineers.
Misses Me.
I couldn't sing it. It's one of the ones where you know the tune, like, and all I could give you is Ho, hey, like.
Yeah.
But like very Triple J.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so that's probably why it doesn't.
No, not yet.
Doesn't get fan. Then Stay by Rihanna. That was a good track.
Did she miss?
No.
Actually, for a later part in our 2013 recap, Rihanna comes up again.
Yeah, but not for a good reason, I don't think.
Oh no, I've got a great reason.
Great reason.
Do you have a bad one, do you?
Oh, maybe not. This featured this brings back some very, very.
Oh my god! Oh,
like this is shit faced.
Of this
last dance, last song.
Summertime Sadness, Lana Del Rey, but the remix with
I can't remember.
Cedric Grievous.
Yeah, was that the DJ?
He's done a few. He did that. He did one other big one, which is really good, but I tried to look it up and I couldn't even find it.
We're turning back the time here about a decade now. But this is like
Summertime Sad.
Last song at the Capitol. Yeah,
I
think so because
for me,
soon as the lights will come on, like this is like pre-Tilly's, what was it? Pre-Cuba, pre-Beer Deluxe.
No one knows any of them anyway.
Oh, we're rewinding here.
Yeah, we are.
We're showing our age.
It's every country town's got that nightclub that change ownerships every 2 years.
Every couple of years, but back when we were fresh 18, it was the Capitol. You get down to the Cap. I remember we at the Vic at Club Envy. That was another good place to be. Old Club Envy, and you'd check the time and it's 10:30, and you'd sprint down the street to go get your free entry stand.
You got to get in free. Have one beer.
Have one beer. No one's there. Piss off. Come back at 2 because everyone sort of meets up there.
Probably the only place in Wagga giving you a stand.
Yeah, big time. So then,
because
how much were they charging it in the door? Like 15, 20 bucks.
Yeah, probably 10, 15 bucks back in the day. But this is what I talked to our mate Paddy about.
Yeah.
We were buying shots back then. I can't afford shots now. How are we doing this shit?
Shots were like $6, $7, I think, off the top of my head.
Oh,
and I think we're all still living at home, first jobs, so we're rolling in it.
As I was saying that, I had that younger mate at the farm who was going on about Good and Juice. He goes, Good and Juice special, $4. I said,
$4.
Okay, what do you reckon I was paying for a Good and Juice back in my day? I said, I don't know. What? $2.
$2. And I remember at the Vic, 9 to 10.
Because you had your beers and that was all $5.50.
Yeah.
So you had 5 kilos of coins in your pockets.
Yeah, I remember breaking 20s to go in by Goon and Juices. Like you drink, like you'd pre up before you go out, you have your beers, you may delve in a bit of spirits, but then I'd go out and only drink Goon and Juice and the $20, $30 night, cheap.
Cheap. But yeah, I just remember like I knew the Goon and Juice was coming, so I'd save all those coins from the beers. Then always breaking notes with the beers.
Then I think was it 9 to 10 o'clock. You get jugs for $5 or $6 of Goon and Juice. 9 to 10, like shot there because I think that's a shout out to the Rocket. I think it was his 18th wall and the jugs at the back, if you remember. Right, because I think we had a feed at the back of the thing.
Yeah.
Because he didn't make it out. Yeah. But we had the jugs that night. And I think we'll shot in his beers, but
let's shoot through this long list.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
Where are we up to? We just sometime One
Way or Another by One Direction. I keep forgetting about those guys, eh? I hate to say it
because I really like Harry Styles.
I wouldn't picture that from you.
It's another one like Sam Smith. I just like how he holds himself.
Rightio.
And he's got a few good songs as well.
So do you mess with his new stuff or what?
Oh, not much. I don't mess with much at all these days. It's really just
bit of watermelon sugar,
podcasts and audiobooks and country songs.
Oh man, this is like
Talk Dirty to me.
Reminds you Club Envy upstairs, Vic.
2 Chainz was popular for a couple of years.
Yeah,
like I know he's probably in your scene all the time, but.
I don't mind me, right?
I only heard about him for a couple of years, but he was popular.
He was real good. Then we got.
I feel like
this was a closer song all the time at the Capitol too. Remember that one phase? It always ends with the Monster, Eminem and Rihanna.
They did play them
all the
time.
You
just asked me before you said that, did they play that in nightclubs? It
was always last song.
They played that at the Capitol.
As soon as the lights would go on, last song. I'm friends with the
dance track was up.
Nah.
Maybe a bit of a jump, but not a dance.
You'd sing the Riri part like this here, and as soon as Eminem come in, you'd be like
bouncing,
start throwing West Side up, even though it's not West Side. Not much you can do with it, but it was always a good track.
Tough boys from a country town with red gang signs. I've lost it.
Yeah, I Could Be the One. Avicii. See that one? Doesn't ring a bell with me.
I could be the one that set you free.
Is that the one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When I saw that, I was like, "Nah, that's a lot more modern." And
no,
it's the only one. Yeah,
only one. Wow. This was a track when it was released. We Can't Stop Miley Cyrus.
I love her.
She made some good
music. I think I would have liked her back then.
But what now?
Yeah, I've come around.
So you're a bit more in touch with your feminine side now. It's more manlier.
I think I didn't understand what she was doing back then. I think it freaked me out a bit.
Oh, yeah. Fair play.
And I think that's the nicest way I could say it too.
And what next one? White Noise Disclosure, number 29.
That's not the White Noise I'm thinking of, is it?
No,
the White Noise I'm thinking of is early 2000s.
I think it's Living End. Oh, that I'm here. Yeah, wrong song.
That's wrong song. You know what? I don't think I can think of another song if I just read White Noise.
Yeah, I think that one misses me. But the next one, Radioactive, Imagine Dragons, that was a track. Just remember those drums.
I feel like they're maybe not our generations, but maybe generations after. They're rock band.
Yeah, that's them. Then this is when old Drizzy went a bit mainstream with "Hold On, We're Going Home."
We're going home.
Just hold on, we're going home.
Yeah, that's it.
That was a good track. Next one's a banger.
Is that Drake? We're going home.
Yeah. That was Drake. That's when he started in the rap scene.
Yeah.
And he's starting to transition in that rap pop now. So he sort of covers everyone. That's why he's so
big. And then people think he's from the streets. He's wealthy Canadian.
Is he? I wouldn't even know.
I'm pretty sure he went to private schools.
I wouldn't know.
He plays off that street vibe, doesn't he?
So yeah, well, fair play.
Yeah, fair wealthy play. Private school Canadian.
Fair play. Next one's a track.
I need you. Yeah, another that electronic DJ coming through.
I Need Your Love, Calvin Harris, Ellie Goulding, the Australian Pom.
Well, I feel, she's not Australian at all. I was going to try and save that somehow, but I don't know how I would even say it.
We might have to speed this up a bit, but we got Bang Bang by Will.i.am. Don't really remember that song.
I did, but I played it because I didn't remember, and I did, but I couldn't continue.
Somewhere only we know. Lily Allen. Can't really remember it.
Nah.
Need You, 100%. Duke Dumont.
Yeah, it was kind of this late 30s. Do you know that?
Nah.
I'm about to say, it was this late 30s I don't know, but then the list finishes strong.
So with old Dookie boy, I'm very familiar with his Red Light, Green Light.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah, right. Same bloke, I think.
Play Hard, David Guetta.
That was a truck.
Play hard, keep partying into the night. Something.
Can you keep going? I don't think it goes that way. I don't think it goes like that, but yeah, I like your version.
Yeah. Saturdays? I didn't know the band featuring Sean Paul, but I do know the song.
I can't remember that one.
Actually, if it's featuring Sean Paul, maybe I do. You know what I'm thinking of?
You're thinking of Pink.
Pink and Pink.
Yeah. Then Wild, Jessie J, Big Sean, Dizzy Rascal.
Yeah, that was good. I couldn't sing it for you, but that was good. It finishes so strong on 39 and 40.
So we got Other Side, Jason Derulo, and Drinking from the Bottle, Calvin Harris and Tiny Temper. So that rounds out the top 40 best-selling singles of 2013. But got a few honourable mentions that didn't make the list. So we got All of Me, John Legend.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah, great song.
Great song, great love song. Couldn't go past without mentioning Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus.
When I saw the album Miley, I'm thinking, I'm surely Wrecking Ball's around the same time, but I thought maybe 12 or 14.
No.
I'm shocked it's not in the top 40.
I think it just come out as controversial. It may have been released late in the year, so probably didn't get the sales.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of that probably happens. This one,
this has to be late in the year.
This has to be late in the year because this is still like it's always featured in all my playlists just to chill out.
I had to put a country in the map.
Oh, Lord Royals track. Then this has always been in my gym playlist too. Like I didn't realize it's been in there for 10 years, but Started From the Bottom by Drake.
So good. Drake, he does miss, but he's got a billion songs.
Yeah.
There's so many good hits there.
So many good hits.
So
where did I go wrong? Where did you catch me out?
I've caught you. And I've caught you because I reckon this is huge, but probably not played at all in the city.
Yeah.
That's obviously where the populations are. And I don't know, I just had this feeling like that's going to be around that time. And I looked it up. Wagon Wheel, Darius Rucker.
Oh, my God. I think we've all jumped on that late, but
that's huge, though. Isn't it? That's a huge miss.
That's a huge miss because now
the last song with the Vic every night, probably still is
track, absolute track.
Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel.
You can't go wrong with a bit of Wagon Wheel, and it's just one of those songs everyone knows.
I don't know why this came to me, but it's just almost like that's got to be around 2013.
Yeah, that's a big miss, bro. Big miss.
Gotta love a bit of Wagon Wheel, Darius Rucker. I couldn't name another one of his songs, but he hit that.
Yeah. So that sort of rounds out the music side of the things. So what I've done, I've done a bit of a sports recap for the year.
I got 2 notes for sport, but I reckon you'll cover them already.
Probably. So I'm going to start with like the biggest breaking story of sport in that year. So take you back. So there was a very inspirational bloke riding a bike.
Yes.
So this is where your boy Lance Armstrong has
not Neil.
Yeah, not Neil. He didn't land on the moon. Lance, the bike rider. So he's come clean to piss and lava, so doping.
Yeah, he's been on.
Enhancing his sport performance. So he's been juicing. So then this is the year he's come clean after winning 7 consecutive times the Le Tour de France from 1999 to 2005.
It's kind of one of those ones when you look at the stats, you've probably got to think, how wasn't he caught? Like being that dominant.
But this is when the cyclist.
So is it proper drugs or is it blood doping?
I think it was a bit of both, like going on cycles. Have you watched the doco, Lance? There's a 2-part on KO. Oh, it's more about his story as to why
it's worth it.
Oh, yeah, worth it. Like like I think it's a 30 for 30 from ESPN, but this is where I got all the information from. Like such a mad yarn, like because he's battled back from. Because he's the next big up-and-comer, but then he was struck down with a testicular cancer. So then he had to go remove it. So he's removed the full testicle because the cancer was just spreading so rapidly. They've taken it.
Just to cut you off there, for those who don't know, testicular cancer is one of the killers of men. It's not a get over, it's a death sentence.
So he's bounced back from that. Then he goes on to win 7 straight Tour de France's, which is the most cringeworthy cyclist event yearly. I think it's creme de la creme, like top notch. It's climbing the hill, you're king of the mountain if you win that.
It's Grand Prix.
So it's pretty much the grand final of the cyclist calendar, you know. Yeah.
That's American football.
So he wins 7 on the trot, but he starts going big in America, and it covers the fallout from the doping, the reason, like he's still, like he look you dead in the face and be like, no, I don't regret it.
Well, it's made him who he is, I guess.
But I think the thing that stings him the most is since he was such a role model in the community, like he done like so well with raising awareness around like cancer. Does a lot of the good stuff with what's the wish for the kids?
Make-A-Wish.
Yeah, Make-A-Wish Foundation. Like he set up this whole foundation, and since he's found out and caught out, like there was a whistleblower in his camp come out and said it. Big internal investigation, and it was proven. So
so he didn't come out.
He didn't come out. Someone blew the whistle and he's come clean.
Yeah.
But now they've taken all that away from him, which is what stings him the most.
Well,
so like
it's like that.
It's a good watch. Like if I'm paraphrasing the whole 2-part, which is about 3 hours worth of watching, but it's a good.
It's
good
that
2-part series.
It's that Dave Chappelle skit. The good guy does bad things to do good things.
Yeah.
Like, he saves more than he hurts, but he still hurts.
Yeah, it does that, but
bit of a moral question.
It is a very ethical, moral question.
I'm sure the bloke coming second every year wasn't very happy.
No, but that was the big news story of the year. So then I've just gone and recapped all the sports we sort of like. So
let me go over all.
So 2013 golf. Adam Scott becomes the first Australian to win the Masters, beating Angela Cabrera, the Argentinian, in a playoff. So all scores are tied after 72 holes, so that's 4 rounds. And I think the second hole of the playoff, Adam Scott gets the win.
Nice.
We've got in the AFL, we had Hawthorn beating Fremantle by 15.
I'm surprised we're going AFL first because I know where this is all coming to.
See, I didn't want to go too biased because the next one's straight to the NRL. Like we had the team of the century, the Sydney Roosters, team of the century. Like, come on, we had our wingers, Sean Kenny, Roger Tuivasa, Michael Jennings.
10 Dragons, do you?
Nah, cheats. But like Jimmy Maloney, Mitchell Pearce, Marie Hargraves, Sonny Bill, Billy Cordner, Aiden Guerra, like squad.
I think maybe because in the fullness of time you didn't realise who they were at that point. When you look back, it's an all-time team.
It's a gun.
That team. That hurts to say.
Yeah. It's unlike Roosters putting an all-star team together.
Nah. Mate. How do they afford that? How could they possibly afford that?
Well, mate, if you want to win chips, mate, you take unders.
You want to win chips? Yeah, well, Brendan Smith's doing it.
But yeah, so Roosters beat Manly 26-18. Now, here's a bit of a controversial, it's not controversial, but I thought the whole backstory was pretty astounding. Like, Melbourne Cup, so I'm a mad punter, love me horses. Then depending on, how late of the night it is, it could be real horses or plastics, I call the trackside. So I love a punt on the horses.
I'm surprised you didn't get into that Z racing.
Oh, don't worry. Come up in our group chat a fair bit. It's been discussed on multiple occasions. I've been turned down. So, Melbourne Cup winner that year was the horse from the Gay Waterhouse stable, Ferrante. So previously run second in 2012. It was Gay Waterhouse's first Melbourne Cup win as a trainer. Come through at $7. But jockey Damien Oliver. So this is a bit of story to add to it. So this is his first ride back from a 10-month suspension. You want to guess what he got suspended for? So your boy Damio placed a bet, $10,000 on a horse. He was riding in the same race. So it turned over 11K profit.
Yeah, but how do these idiots do this?
I don't know. I think it was traced back to a friend of a friend's account from power reading. It's not like he's put it on his account. I think he's gone, here's the money. And they've traced it back and went ping, ping, ping because they sign all that stuff.
It's wrong, but it's understandable how he did it. You hear some sports idiots do it on their bank card. Yeah.
So this was his first ride back from his suspension, and he takes the cup to make it his third cup as a jockey. So there you go.
I have Black Caviar retires on horse racing.
There you go.
Yeah.
What a horse.
It's a great girl.
What a girl. So I got the next I've touched on the cricket. So after losing the Ashes during, the England summer 3-zip, I've written down here. So it was a performance of the ages as an Ashes. So I think it was 2012, 2013 series.
Is this Starkey going off his head?
No, it was another famous left armer. You're close. But Aussies bounced back with a fight, like clean sweep, whitewash 5-0 win on home soil. And I've just made a note. Mitchell Johnson bowls himself into Australian great into Australian cricketing folklore. So I've had to write down the series, like the stats here for the series. So he's played all 5 matches. He's taken 37 wickets for 517 runs. So he's bowled a fair few overs.
That's 3.7 innings. That's a lot.
I know. He cut through them that year.
Bloody hell.
Best figures were 7 for 40. And I've got his bowling average. So it's 13.97. You know what the bowling average means? You're not much of a cricketer.
13.97 bowling average. Is that like runs to wickets?
No, so he's taken a wicket every 14 balls.
Yeah, runs to wickets. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, all right.
I watch.
Just double checking, just double checking. So, like, that's like every 2.5 overs, this man's taken a wicket in a test match. So.
Balls to wickets.
Yeah, balls to wickets. No.
Yeah. So I didn't.
No, you didn't know. Partially right. It's a half tick.
It's easy to like the sports you're good at, and that's not one of them.
Yeah, no, it's not your forte. And I don't know if you can go and rewind our chat from the cricket, the first episode about the pitch. I think it was very one-sided conversation in this podcast.
You brought it up with this thing, and your friends brought me in the No, I threw out the one line I'd heard off the radio.
Yeah, sounds very 2 GB.
Yeah.
So next I went the NFL. Baltimore Ravens beat San Fran 49ers 34-31.
Yeah. See, this is the other, as I was going through, there's so many things that it's a great year for you.
It's great year for Trey Boy.
It's a great year for Trey.
Great year. As a Ravens fan.
At least win a Super Bowl.
That's it. It's just all happening.
Roosters, Ravens.
So, like, when you cap off a graduating school year, like Chooks win, Ravens win, witness some great cricket. Like,
we're going to talk about the awkwardness of your school year.
What for?
You abandoned me for 2 years.
Oh, yeah, nah. That can come up on a later podcast. Then we followed up with the NBA. So I've got Miami Heat defeat San Antonio Spurs in a 7-game series.
That's a LeBron one.
Yeah, so MVP LeBron, he was averaging 25.3 points per game, 7 assists per game, 10.9 rebounds a game.
Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, same team.
Same team, but if you go back, like, a lot of people say Ray Allen saved LeBron's legacy with that Game 6 shot.
It's like 6 man, isn't he?
So, yeah, 6 man of the year.
Yeah.
So, you come from Boston Celtics. He's up there on the 3-point all-time.
Close to retiring, but can still
play. So, in Game 6, Ray Allen hits that clutch 3. So, they were down by 3. LeBron, a couple seconds left. If you go back and watch footage, it's unreal. So, coming down in the end of regulation, LeBron or D-Wade throws one up. Rebounds. Spurs have a small lineup to try cover the perimeter. And ball rebounds. Chris Bosh manages to gain the offensive rebound. Shoots to the corner. Ray Allen has to dribble back behind the 3.
Yeah, right.
Back behind the 3. Reposition to get behind. Toes just behind. Shoots swish, the force OT. Then, what was it? I got Miami. I didn't get the final score of that game, but force Game 7. Like, they win OT to force Game 7. Back to Miami, and the Heat wrapped that series up.
Well, he did the same. Cavs, didn't he? Had to come back in a losing series.
Yeah, but we can mention that in our top 5 best sporting performances. So it's a good little segue now. It's not next one, but so the bit of a rundown. So we've worked through 2013. So what are you to remember, especially a Roosters and Ravens fan? So yeah, shout out to the boys.
Oh, is that your 2013?
That's my 2013 done.
News articles in movies.
Oh, from 2013.
There wasn't much in the movies, but like I said, Rihanna was going to get a mention. And this it's not a great movie, but it's one I can go back and. It's one of the dumb comedies I can go back and watch.
Dumb ones.
This Is the End.
That was a good flick.
So this is a little fun fact. I saw it flicking through some reels the other night. So Michael Cera, the weird guy in all the funny movies.
Yeah, super bad.
Yeah.
Rocking the mo.
He slapped Rihanna's ass. That's real. So when they were filming,
So when she
when they were
reacted,
filming, they read the script, and Michael Cera asked Rihanna, and I'm not saying his name right, but I was
Yeah.
like, can I slap your ass for real? Rihanna goes, if I can slap your face for real. She comes back with the slap. Watch this scene.
I'll have to go back and
they
watch
shoot it 4 times and they say got it when on the 4th time Rihanna slaps the shit out of him. And you hear this little wail come out of Michael Cera. That's real. That's
real.
Pain. It means it's pain.
He'll be broken.
He gives her this bop and she throws her body into this slap. She slaps the shit
Good
out
on
of
her.
him.
Go Riri.
News, and I reckon this will hit you because it tells you how old we are.
Rightio.
The last analog TV signals were turned off.
Oh shit.
Analog TV, bro.
Yeah.
2013 is when they started switching them all off. Victoria, they switched it off in like the last half of the year.
So like in our lifetime, we've gone from
5 channels.
Yeah, 5 channels into the boxes of the TVs being removed.
Yeah.
the flat screens.
So there's these early photos that would have been probably not in school yet, but it's talking about living room. I reckon the TV was 13 inches in diameter.
And that was unreal.
And that was back in 4.3, not 16.9.
Here's a term like back in the day thought like the yellow, white, and red cable to plug in your 64 or something.
I saw that. That's a meme the other day. Here's that little 13-inch TV. Its channel was on a dial.
On a dial.
On the box.
On the box. Plug the cords in just to whip in a bit of Mario Kart.
I feel like around our ages has seen the biggest changes.
Oh shit, yeah, because
I used to like do this weird IP thing with my old Xbox 360 so I could play Call of Duty online because we lived on a farm. We only had dial-up. I could set this weird IP thing so I was playing dial-up Call of Duty.
And that's it would have been glitchy as. But you would have thought like
worthless.
Or remember like we're being glitchy as, but you thought it would have been good gameplay. But in the same phrase, I'm going to be like Rugby League 1 when it was first released had the maddest graphics.
Oh, you thought it looked like real life.
Yeah, then you look back at it and you're like, it's just a bunch of blocks.
Yeah, there's no different bases.
It's just all the same. Yeah. Oh, we've seen some change technology-wise in our lifetime.
Big change. Probably, you know what? Next 20 years, we'll probably see the same amount of change.
Yeah,
probably
it's crazy.
TV, this isn't your taste, but I had to mention it because so many people's taste. Game of Thrones, season 3, so you get Red Wedding.
There you go.
You know Red Wedding, everyone dies.
Oh, no. Thanks for spoiling it, mate. Just when I thought I was going to go back and start from scratch and get it, I'm done.
You're finally going to start.
I was going to start today after the podcast.
Years of pressure. Yeah, well, I remember a mate, year 12 English, a mate convinced me to watch it. He goes, you're such a big nerd, you'll love it. And I did love it. I watched it in something. We had like a long weekend. And I got up to like midway through season 3, which is what they were releasing, which is like 30 hours.
That's massive,
Stupid viewing.
That's
I just fell in love. Red Wedding is such a big episode. But yeah, I think that wraps us up for 2013. What a year. How old are we? 28 this year, bud.
Oh, shit, yeah. I just got used to the fact I was turning 27.
I still think about myself as like a young 20-year-old, and it's like, no,
I still feel fresh, though, like 17, 18. Like, I don't feel no different. Yeah, I know. It's just, I feel like I'm 18 with extra responsibilities.
That's pretty much it. You just feel like stressed out 18-year-olds.
Starting to go grey slowly, I think. Found a few
you just grow old.
That's it, yeah, exactly.
So we got best performances, eh?
Yeah, so the roll on from last week, we've had top 5, our worst performances. So we're going to roll into our best performances now.
I'll wait myself for a second. I thought, so I've done our script. No, I've got it.
Yeah.
I'll set you for it. I've done our script, but I've done our script after all the information. So I've got to go back pages, not forward.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
But I did wet myself.
That's all right. You can just make them up on the spot. Like
just
pinch him.
My performance in under 16 was pretty good.
Killed it.
Yeah, so you want to start with your number 1? Or you
we'll work
number 5?
We'll work 5 and into number 1. So 2008 Beijing Olympics, I've got Michael Phelps breaks gold medal record, breaking the previous record of 7 individuals to 8. So that's I didn't watch many due to the time lapse, but 8 golds. I don't know how many events he competed in, but that's
But it's also
That's a heavy effort.
so the funny thing with Olympics is if you want to set like all-time records, you got to time it that you're just available like on a Olympics year. You need to get basically what I'm saying is you need to get to 5 Olympics.
Yeah.
You can't have 4, and that's off timing.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure he's done the 5, and that's how he set so many all-time records in swimming. Like he's flogged the all-time medals.
Like 8 golds in his
Oh, it
events.
helps.
Freak. Like I've seen pictures on Facebook when he's just standing out, the arms out, he's just got all the medals he's won across his swimming life.
When you talk about the swimming body, you can kind of really look at him, and like obviously he's a human being, but he almost looks adapted for swimming. Like he's just got those wide forearms, big hands, big traps. He's just wide, but not big.
Remarkable effort, I think. Remarkable effort.
All-time legend.
All-time. Like swimming great. But yeah, your 5?
My 5. So Peyton Manning, the second year with the Broncos.
Oh, here we go.
So he's gone over to the Broncos after injuries with the Colts, and he's meant to be an instant signing, instant success.
Yep.
Not a great first year, much like someone we know this year.
must run with the club.
Second year, and there's so much. I remember there's so much media pressure on him to do well.
Yeah.
He has a 7 touchdown game. That's tied the record for all touchdowns in the game. That's in the season.
Has it? Equal? Is it Mo Tana?
I'm not sure who is equal.
Oh.
For the season, he has 55 passing touchdowns. That's the all-time record by 10%. The next best is Patrick and Tom have a tied 50.
Wow.
But like that's where I love a record where number one is so outright in front. 10% ahead.
Wow. That's amazing.
And then Peyton's Peyton. Where you're amazing regular season. Sets all the regular season records. He might have even set the passing yards record that season.
And
lost the Super Bowl.
Seattle, wasn't it?
Yeah, he got flogged. He got absolutely flogged.
To his QB incumbent. Because I remember how the game started. So
43-8.
Yeah, I remember how it started. Seattle's kicked off the Broncos. Broncos first snap. Center.
Yeah, throws it over. Yeah.
Straight over Peyton's head. Safety to start the game. So they're down 2-0 early.
Yeah. And you've lost your kickoff.
So, yeah, I remember because I think this is, like I said, like 20.
Is that what they call that D?
Oh, the Legion of Boom.
Yeah, is that the
or Doom.
Legion?
Yeah, I think so. Legion of Doom or Boom, one of them. Boom. Freak. They had some defensive players there.
Oh, unreal. What's your 4, bud?
4. So this one's close to heartstrings. So I remember watching this one quite closely. So I got Tiger Woods winning the 2019 Masters. So just a brief recap. So Tiger sort of hit his straps like early 90s to like mid 2000s up to 2010s.
Yeah.
When he was just the number one face of the game, like the PlayStation games were named after him. It was Tiger, PGA Tour.
That's how it's the same as 24.
Yeah, he was the poster guy. He's the sport. Everyone, even if you were just like not even a golf fan, you knew Tiger was number one. So then the whole drama with, the scandals, the family split up. He fell off the wagon, the big fella.
He broke his windscreen.
Yeah. So like it had all that external pressure. His name was dragged through the mud in the media. So I just got to like the Masters is like the World Series grand final, Augusta, like mad course. And fighting off 4 back surgeries and the huge scandal, like he comes back and wins the 2019 Masters. And I don't know if you caught wind of it, but like I sort of put golf on the back burner, not watching it. But when Tiger's going to win at Augusta, like he's going to win the Masters, like 2 days into it, and he had 2 days, like 2 rounds left to play. I remember like all the hype around it, like
it was massive. The PGA as a business would have been laughing.
Like the poster boys back. We can spin. Yeah, sorry.
You're right.
I was saying we can spin all the good like his kid. Like everyone loves a comeback story,
Yeah,
and that was Tiger's comeback.
That's pretty much what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, all these sports businesses they're sport and it's good to watch. But if you can sell narrative, that sells so much.
Everyone loves a narrative. But yeah, that's my number 4, bro.
I couldn't look past this record for my number 4.
Rightio.
Because, like I said, I love a record where it's so far out in front. Will Chamberlain's 100-point game.
Yeah.
He's the only one to ever do. And
But in fairness, though, look at the time. But anyway, like still, no one else has done it. I'll give you that.
Here's the thing, though. In that same time period, the next best is maybe 70, 60. So Kobe went close with 80.
81.
But Kobe didn't know how to pass.
Yeah, but you watch that game. You watch that game in Toronto.
I see it.
Yeah,
but that's what
you got to remember. Wilt was just dunking over.
Yeah, so Kobe's great, right? All-time great.
Yeah,
got 80% of the record. Like that's 20 out in front.
I think didn't Donovan Mitchell the other day shoot a 71 or a 72?
And I wanted to put Kobe because his 80 is in the modern era.
Yeah,
and it's not none of the other records come close in the modern era.
I think back in the day, did Wilt have shot clock?
I don't know, but I don't think you can look past 100. It's a ton.
Yeah, I know it's a ton.
It's the only player to ever do a ton.
Yeah, true. But yeah, kudos to Wilt. Like that's still remarkable. Holds up today.
Wilt.
Yeah, sorry, Wilt. So my number 3, I've gone the Red Sox break curse in 2004. So that's Major League Baseball.
Yeah, there's some big homers for the Red Sox.
So we got 86-year drought, fought back from a 3-0 deficit in a 7-game series. 86 years.
So the AFL and the NRL love to talk about droughts. I don't think I've heard of an 86.
No. So like 86 years, this club hasn't, or franchise, they call them over there in America, has not won a comp. 86 years.
Good World Series, yeah.
And to add a bit of...
And they're a big club too. They're not nothing.
Nah. Yeah. And to add a bit of a spice onto it, the fight back from 3 games down in a 7-game series, they had to win 4 on a trot. So 2 at home, 2 away.
To segue, so Australia used to have grand finals. Yeah. Everything. How do you feel about grand final versus series? Series.
It all depends. I don't think you could do a series with contact sports, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so the NFL doesn't, so that's fair.
Yeah, so I don't because you like with the series is you need to be playing every 2 to 3 days.
Plus, if you're playing Tom Brady in a 7-game series, week 1 I'm sacrificing myself, getting suspended, and going to break his arm.
Yeah, so there's that element with the contact sports as well. So, but everyone loves an underdog story, so. Like over the 7-game series, usually the best team is going to win.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter.
Not just any man on their day.
No, it's usually the better team. So usually the teams that are finishing, your 1 to 4 seeds usually go on to win the championship if they get through their conferences because you got 7 games to progress.
And you get the benefit if you can trounce a team in early rounds.
Yeah.
Your opponent might still be playing another 3 games.
Yeah. So if you sweep them 4-zip series, you get a better rest.
So what do you prefer?
I'm a grand final man. Like any dog at his day. Give me a day. It doesn't matter. Like,
and it hurt us that one time we talked about.
Like last week, and it hurt Parramatta Eels in 2001 too. So they had that star-studded sign. I still think they got all the records for the best attacking team, points differential that year.
Yeah,
then come off the hour, come off man, old Joey Johns rocks up from 6th place, I think, or 5th place.
It's one of the lower ones. Yeah.
And just plays the house down. So I don't know.
I can respect any given day. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that. Like any dog can win on its day. And 7-game series, generically, like the better team's going to win because you're not just going to beat them with your superstar. You need plan B, C, D. And usually if you got a solid squad, usually because if you lock up certain players, other players got to perform. Sometimes teams don't have that depth.
That's it.
So you look at last year's NBA series with Boston and Golden State Warriors. The Warriors have been there and done that. You know what I mean? Boston's got a young team, very young Boston team. Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown. They're going to learn a lot.
They're winning series.
Oh shit, yeah.
Maybe not this year, maybe not next.
No, maybe not next. But like if they keep those young 3 big, the big 3 young ones, they should be sweet.
Up to my 3? We up to?
Yeah, up to your 3.
Josh Adokar, 6 tries
in the World Cup this year.
Did you win the World Cup this year? No, I got like NRL.
NRL? Yeah. Maybe you got 5 tries, I think.
No, he did 6. I remember that night. They I don't know why I haven't written more down about it. I should have written a lot more down about it. I couldn't even tell you who they're playing.
Rabbits. Best top of my head.
So So it's only a tie record. No, it's a tie record, but no one's done it in 73 years.
Oh wow.
And
what's he on totally? Like, do we have that?
Nah,
rightio.
You're still definitely looking at Johnson from South.
Rightio.
Ridiculous for that. But I actually did watch that game. It was pretty sure Friday night game. And it wasn't just a winger finishing off tries. He was untouchable. He could do whatever he wanted. 6 tries, 1 game. That's
would have been a good one to have him in your Supercoach team that day.
But you feel if you know what you're doing, you got him on that day, you probably win your league.
Oh, just on his performance alone, I think.
Ridiculous.
Just on his performance alone. So
Your 2?
Number 2. So I found it a bit hard to split. So I've got a double whammy here, if that's okay.
I'll allow it.
So cricket's always prided on, great batsmen. But
it's the more better side of the sport, yeah.
I know, like getting runs is like be all end all.
Yeah.
But I fancy the bowlers like they're the ones taking the wickets and dictating the game, Like don't get me wrong, a batter can dictate the game.
Definitely. I didn't love cricket as a young bloke, but as I've grown older, you can really respect the technique of bowling.
Yeah, well, you got to. There's a fitness component to it. Like you're charging in, doesn't matter if you're bowling off spin, leg spin, fast, mediums. You got to like if you look at a lot of people don't like Test match cricket, but it's the battle between bat and ball. And I feel like if you take the element away of they're not scoring like 2020s, this is a chess match. We're trying to hit a spot to make you play a certain shot to get you out.
Yeah.
And as a bowler, you got to execute that. You can't be
back on the bowling.
Exactly. So the pressure's on the bowler to execute to the plan. So like if you look at the way Australia plays a lot on home soil, they've got the short back pad. So that means, and say a deep square leg. So they want to draw people into that hook shot. So you're going to take me on, hit me for 6. Or if you're blocking, we're hoping to catch a shoulder for that short catch because we're going to be bowling at your ribs. So I think it's 1 to set the plan, 2 to set the field, then to execute it. So
so what have you gone with?
So I've gone, I know. Sorry to go on a bit of a tangent, but so it was hard to split. So because I think a lot of these 2 performances have gone into Australian cricket folklore. So I've got Peter Siddle's hat-trick on his birthday, 2010. And it's hard to go past Scotty B at the G in the last Ashes. On his Ashes debut, he's gone 6 for 7.
What I take away from both of these, and probably these other guys, chef mates have really got onto this as well. What makes these moments so big is the commentary. When you hear those lyrics, you can hear both commentaries, can't you? You can hear Peter Siddle's got a hat trick on his birthday. You can hear, I can't remember what's name, but he's getting up. He's a bit of a chubbier fella. He's getting up. He loves it.
Oh, he's giving him like it's just like historic commentary. And you got I think it was Tubby Taylor on the Siddle hat trick.
No, I'm thinking it's like a radio station. I'm thinking.
Oh, you think of a radio station? I think Mark Tubby Taylor calls it on the Channel 9 coverage, and I think that's just edged into Australian history.
Yeah, we have Hubs as well now. You say it, yeah.
Then you got Mark Howard, who called Scotty B at the G. Like, build this man a statue.
Yeah,
like we don't like hyperbolic, commentary, but sometimes it just hits.
Is that his debut?
That was his debut in the Ashes.
You go, right.
So I think he's played 1 or 2 right there. I've just got, I think it was actually his debut, to be honest. I've written just debut, not Ashes debut. I've got 6 for 7 in the Ashes, -debut. So I think that was his first game.
I wouldn't know enough to make this statement, but is that the best debut for Australia?
I don't know.
It's got to be up there.
It's got to be up there. Like, come on. Like, build a man a statue. So, that's my number 2. It's hard to split because the hat-trick, like Dad said, everyone's been on the piss. And, you go out, come home, you kick-ons, and you're like, go on YouTube and you watch Peter Siddle. Or you watch Scotty B. The kick-ons is just bullshit you put on. But everyone gets around it.
Like Peter Siddle, because no one knows how to spell fucking Siddle. So you just go hat-trick on his birthday on YouTube.
Bang.
And straight there.
First video. That's what I want to watch. And give me the one with the Titanic music. What? Crack.
Yeah, because he actually is doing a dive into your head as well and jumps on in. Yeah.
Well, that's my number 2.
I got rugby union and football, soccer do this where they have World Cup records because there's so many international exhibition matches where teams don't have their best teams. This is the all-time high score, and it's like highest score, and it's effing ridiculous.
What, Union or?
Union. Union World Cup. I believe it's I'm going to go early 2000s World Cup. All Blacks defeat Japan 145 to 17.
45 to 7.
145. In that, that's not it. Simon Calhoun, who's their scrum half or fly half, he plays a bit of both. So he's obviously a kicker as well. 45 points, that's the all-time record in international rugby. 45 points in a match.
Jeez. It almost raised the bat if he's got another 5.
That match pretty much sets most World Cup rugby union records. 19 tries, all-time highest point scorer, 21 tries, all-time highest tries, highest winning margin. I think another team had a higher score by a try or two, but it's like the other team also scored like 40. Wow. So you're just talking no defense. But yeah,
it's a lot of points for a game.
145. 21 tries, bud.
21 tries.
80 minutes.
I know. So
that's more than a try every 4 minutes.
So what's that points per minute then? So like we take 145 plus the 17. I'm looking at quick math. So if we got 80-minute game,
80 minutes divided by
So it's almost 2 points.
Not two. Not two, nearly two.
Yeah, 2 points a minute type thing.
1.75.
Yeah. Wow. It's amazing. Yeah, not
1.75 points a minute. Like
we'll do the calculation and update next week. But yeah, so interview number 1. So I remember, drum roll. But I remember watching this all 7 games. So 2016 NBA Finals. Cavs, yeah. So a bit of a backstory is the year before Warriors beat the Cavs in the 6-game series. That's when Dellavedova made his name for guarding Curry for two rounds. But that's what also was a bit of a lopsided event as well with the final series because Kevin Love and Kyrie were gone in the first 2 games. So it was LeBron carrying the team to 6 games.
The
Aussie. Oh, mate, he'll lock anyone up. Delhi
loves it too.
Loves locking them up. But so I've gone to the 2016 finals because there was same 2 teams in the finals, Warriors, Cavs. So everyone knows the story about the Cavs coming back from a 3-1 deficit to win the series, which has never been done in NBA history. But to throw a bit of extra spice on it as well, Warriors break Jordan's Bulls record in that regular season. So Michael Jordan's all-time win, 72-10. So the Warriors go 73-9, beat the record.
Not even 10 wins in the NBA season.
No.
Not even 10 losses.
Yeah, so 9 losses. So 73.
You start to look at your time management error.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. Now with game management, but 73-9, the break Chicago Bulls record. But like Jordan's team said, don't mean anything without a ring. So
and that's pre-Durant.
Yeah, pre-Durant. That's the year they went out. That's the year they went out and recruited him because so good. But you watch Game 7 at Cleveland, you had the chase down block on Iguodala from LeBron.
Yeah.
Then the shot, Kyrie wins in the game, like over Curry.
Kyrie's unreal. He is a superstar.
Easy.
But I reckon that shot's put a couple of million on every single one of his contracts.
Shit, yeah, because that's ice in his veins. Like big players.
He made a shot.
Easy.
But I'd argue, is that moment truly reflective?
But it still had to be executed with seconds left.
It's probably made him over the coming years. It's made him probably 15 million at least, just that one shot.
But what sticks out for me too is because you don't see young team prodigies like the next best prospects come in and live up to the standard. And I might be a bit biased here because I've watched a lot of LeBron, a bit of Kobe, and I didn't see much of Michael bar the first dance doco.
Yeah.
So I missed him. But with LeBron, number 3 draft pick and number 1 draft pick in 2003, he's taken the Cavs by himself to the finals. He's got the slanted finals record with 4 and 6, 4 wins, 6 losses. But if you look at 2 of them, one, I think it was in 2006, he got swept by the Spurs. He had to drop 30 or 40 for them to win. No support. Then you had the 13 finals or the 15 finals where Kyrie and Kevin, his 2 and 3 guy, go down, and he's got Tristan Thompson, Timothy Mozgov, and Matty Dellavedova, to carry that team to six games. He's doing it right, but it cements his legacy in the NBA.
Those get second and third contracts off that legacy.
Easy. But just to do that to a team that's beaten Jordan, like the Bulls record, come back from 3-1 and to win MVP. Then everyone remembers the historic Cleveland. This one's for you. It's their first win in franchise history. Like he's come back.
I've seen the whole city. I don't see he turns on him when he leaves.
Oh no!
Like it's like, and this is how I took like when Tom left the Patriots. You just gotta be happy for what he gave you.
Oh shit, yeah.
You weren't relevant. You never were until he was there.
When he first left, there was a lot of hate because
we found you, built you, gave you a chance.
Gave you a chance, and you just turned your back. But he just couldn't get through the East at that time. But then he's gone. Oh, then he still stayed in the Eastern Conference. But then he had like
it was the big move. It was
the big move, the big three move. But everyone says, oh, he needs a super team to win. But you look at teams previously. Oh, that's all they do now. But teams previously, like Kevin Garnett and like Rajon Rondo, Paul Pierce is Bron hater.
They're all super teams. So it's just back in the day they were internally built.
Yeah. But Celtics had that built super team with Rondo, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett. No, they got Garnett from the Timberwolves.
Did they?
Yeah,
right.
I think they drafted. They went out and got the other couple. I don't know. I don't know the NBA history too much, but it was the big four there.
Before they bought them, though.
Yeah, they got Ray Allen from the Seattle Supersonics. But yeah, so that's me number one. So LBJ wins MVP. Cleveland's first, Cavaliers' first franchise win in history. Averaging 29.7 points per game, 8.9 assists, 11.3 rebounds per game. They've got Irving, 21.1 points per game, 3.9 assists, 3.9 rebounds. So backbone vertebrae of that win, them two.
You can throw a card at my number one if you want.
A card?
Because I call it a sporting performance.
Rightio.
But if you want to throw a card at it, we don't have to. But it's to me, it's the most ridiculous thing I've seen a young man do.
Rightio.
Ned Brockman, 4,000 kilometers.
No, I'll give him that.
You can't. I'll give him that. Throw a card at Ned Brockman.
No way. He's an Australian hero, mate.
Coast to coast.
Coast to coast.
At prior to Ned, and even probably now, I say, is it doable? I say you're probably going to die.
Yeah, but no. That man's Aussie spirit in a bottle.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, and you can imagine it probably is true once you're on foot. You imagine like the Nullarbor has been dead flat. It's not dead flat. It's up and down and up. It's not a massive hill, but if you're running it, that's up and down and up and down.
Right. I don't know if you've been on a run recently, but I've done like 5Ks is out of my depth. That's bored. Like you can still run after it, but I'm bored.
If I get bored, I'm done.
But one way ticket to Perth and jogging all the way back to Sydney, like imagine getting up and just knowing what you have to do.
He speaks about obviously his physical training's up there. It's fucking way better than ours.
You have to.
But he was lying on radio shows to make it sound like he was more prepared. He said it wasn't really about the body. All his training was going to his mind.
Yeah, you have to be.
Head noise, buddy. He's out there for you can't set a record pace like running.
No.
So he's out there for 16, 17-hour days. Just head noise.
Like my head noise, thinking about being in his mind beats me.
Put it this way, 17-hour days, if he had an audio book on, he's finishing Game of Thrones in 2 days. That's ridiculous.
That's just like mental fortitude, man. That's just will. I've set out a task, I'm doing the task, and you'd have to set I think you'd have to submit daily routine tasks like I'm going to achieve this many Ks.
You can
just to work your way through it.
So he fell just short of. So you can go to Ned's record run and donate to his cause. 2.5 million plus raised. You can still go to that. So he fell just short of the record, but he wants to. He says not for at least 5 years.
Oh yeah, you have to.
So
recover.
He wants to give it another crack. So with long distance running, a lot of it's in your bones.
Oh shit, yeah.
And your tendons, and they all keep going with age. So the Russian that holds that record, when he did it was like mid-40s, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so I think anyone can run, I think, if you stay in good nick.
Yeah.
So he needs to recover, because what he's just put his body through, that's it's
fucking ridiculous. It's honestly...
He'd be breaking down. He'd have to...
ridiculous.
I couldn't even picture.
I think... So I measured it, and Melbourne to Cape York is about the same distance. I think that honestly kills him in. through the rainforest. I think that killed him.
Well, you know when you say you like don't judge a person till you walk one day, like to get a feel about
One day
in his shoes. Like imagine spending one day in his shoes or in his body.
He's injured doing it.
I know. Like the story behind it all, and just for him to just persevere, taping up his feet.
If he doesn't win Australia in a year, it's
rigged. It's rigged.
I'll write it off. And a lot of people think he won't because it is.
Because I think it's already been voted for. So I think he's a late inclusion. But surely he just scrubbed the deck.
Just scrub it. He is the Australian of the year. There's no question.
No, there's no question about it.
It's just
outstanding effort.
Honestly, it's fucking ridiculous.
No. It is. But yeah, far out.
Me and Sammy are honestly thinking about eventually, probably never get around to it, doing a road trip out that way. I'm planning fucking days to drive it.
Yeah. Well, and there's also an 18, I think it's 9 or 18 hole golf course. And
another ball golf course, yeah. I don't think I'll be hitting that one. I think I might give that to miss.
Don't think so.
No.
Well, you got an honourable mention for your best sporting performances?
No, I didn't.
I'll pack one in.
Okay, hit me.
So I couldn't scrape him in to me top 5, but like he just misses out by the skin of his teeth. But I've got Munster 2020 Origin.
I know it was a long shot. I really thought you'd come up with Joey 05.
No. No.
Munster 2020. You know what? In fairness, the whole media before it's like worst Queensland team ever
adds the narrative.
And I think
Storm
without him, they definitely don't win.
No, so he only played 2 games that series because he was injured in the second game. So they've come out 1 game 3. But this is the COVID affected NRL season. So this is the first time that postseason Origin. So Munster and the Storm just come off winning the trophy. So they've just put up the Proven summons. Well into the Mad Monday celebrations. So well into the Mad Monday celebrations. So
Brendan Smith would be.
Yeah, he's due to go into Queensland camp Wednesday, I think, to play not that Saturday but
Wayne Bennett coach.
Wayne Bennett's the coach. Now Meninga consultant, I think, or assistant. So Munster gets on the blower Wednesday and requests another 72 hours of leave.
Yeah, that's because I can't imagine the balls required to call up Wayne Bennett and go, yeah, look, I can't come into camp yet.
Yeah, I'm not done celebrating yet.
I'd like to keep getting blind.
It's like, you got to play for your state. Like, it's the Origin Arena is built up. It means so much for Queensland. But
the session's the session.
The session's the session. The boys are still going from Monday. And like, mate, we're only just peaking there, Wayno.
Well, Brendan Smith tells us already that there's only a couple of blokes left still swinging. And Munster wants to keep going. So I think Wayne Bennett approves the 72 or another 2 days or 48 hours. Like, just be here before team photos. And then he's got that photo where he just... Mate, he's there, bags under the eyes. You get the bizarre photos from Panthers where he's deliberately being silly.
Yeah.
Munster's just not there.
Munster's just, lights are on, no one's home. No one's home.
No one's been home for a while.
Speaking of head noise with like Nettie Brockman, but he'd be battling.
It'd be like a broken speaker.
Just going on.
Like, you talk about head noise and its distraction, and then you get in those massive sessions where there's an actual ringing in your ear. It's like, I've done body damage.
I've done something wrong here. And like taking the team photos and flashes going off. You'd be battling. And I don't think it would have been
holding the vomit down.
Yeah, I don't think it would have been like, oh, mate, just go rest up, have a couple of hours sleep. They'd be like, nah.
You've been given your
bonus.
Your whole pass.
We're out here. You're getting flogged. You're running Broncos.
We're going a bit harder on you now.
But they come out, they win game 1. Gets best on ground.
And
he was. Injures his shoulder. Can't play game 2. New South Wales win.
And it comes felt back like we won because he wasn't there.
Exactly. Then comes back game 3. Dominates again. So
is that where he gets one of his great strips?
Yeah.
Why can he strip so? That's not a 5'8" thing. He just rips the ball out of people's freaking hands. It's very frustrating to watch.
I think it's more what's the word for it? Attention to detail type thing. Like that's the coin phrase at the moment.
He does it. It's kind of like you nearly can't blame. It's generally I find it's either on a playmaker of some description. And it's like they want to do something, so the ball's a bit freer, and he just takes it.
Just takes it. I think it's just attention to detail because I think it was a ballsy play. I think it was like New South Wales attacking the line down by 4, and I can't remember who.
I think it's Cleary because he's
I think someone I can't remember who gets stripped, but I think it's just one of those things. Fella getting tackled on the attacking team's just next job, which is elbows, knees, get to your front, quick play the ball, keep the momentum going. Who thinks with a minute left to go, I'm going to fucking strip this ball?
We're going to take the ball.
Considering.
And then the next 50 seconds don't fucking matter because we got the ball.
Because think about it, like that's a big play. Like
you see so many
high risk, low reward stuff. Like, a new set of 6, we've been defending our line for a couple of sets.
Failed strip is generally
could be another set of 6, could be a penalty if someone doesn't release. But big players make big plays.
He's got big balls. That's the thing. Not only is he skillful, he's got big balls. He takes risks.
Good players make their own luck, and good players
make it.
Superstars make big plays and makes big plays. So
he stripped it off. I could be wrong about who stripped off. Big stripped off Cleary, but the more impressive thing is once he strips it, he throws the other guy off. Get off me.
So I think that's a performance for the ages, considering.
I would have had that. I would have accepted that in your top 5 anyway.
Oh, no worries, mate. Well, yeah.
We've got to go forward pages to the group. Our last, we go, Shep's Weird News.
Weird News. Here we go. Funny little segment.
Actually, I found a gold mine.
Oh, here we go.
I've got to find on the page. Shep's Weird News. There's been a burglary in Oak Hill, somewhere in America. Elderly couple. They found the burglar. So nothing got wrong, but there's an intruder in the house. As the old couple go through the house, this elderly man tells his wife a joke. Nowhere on the internet can you find the joke.
The joke?
So the old man tells the wife a joke. You cannot find a joke. I've tried for hours, and I mean hours.
So, we don't have the actual joke? Or
we don't have the joke.
Or
you cannot realise why we wish we did.
Why is that? Is it not?
The burglar hiding in the house laughs.
Oh.
Can you imagine how much you'd shit yourself?
Yeah.
You tell your elderly wife a joke, and then from not where she's standing,
someone comes from the cupboard, closet somewhere up in the manhole.
They ran. They ran. Called the cops. Yeah, burglar in the house. That's like those horror movie shit. Like out of the cupboard.
It's situational comedy at the end of the day too.
It's
a skit.
You wouldn't think you could write that.
Not real life. Not real life.
And then this one's a throwback, but once I didn't remember it, and then once I found it, I remembered it. But it's just so good, I got to say it. A wild elephant has killed a woman.
Oh,
trampled her.
Yeah, where? But what's the
Africa. Somewhere in Africa, Asia.
Situation.
He's then gate crashed the funeral.
Same elephant.
Same elephant.
Sorry.
Same elephant.
Sorry for that family, but
he's trampled the corpse.
Again.
He broke the casket open and trampled the corpse. He's done it twice. Here's my thing. Elephants have the best memory of any animal.
Because that's the saying.
What the lady do?
That's what I'm thinking, because that's the saying here.
She's done something.
You either got a memory like an elephant, like a goldfish. That's what I've been told.
Goldfish, right here, mate.
Yeah, I'm goldfish too. Right, but
what has that lady done to this? Because that elephant knows something.
Yeah.
It knows it's not happy.
She's done something, I think.
You had to sniff her out or something.
Oh, wow. Like time and place.
And then
to go through with the act initially.
Then obviously she's gone behind closed doors, and I can only imagine it's some outdoor funeral. Why it's near this elephant, who knows? Maybe it's a wild roaming elephant. We're not from that part of the world. But it sniffed her out, and it's had a second crack.
Wow. But you wouldn't even write about that. Like, that's I hate this. I don't want to coin the phrase amazing. That's weird circumstance of events. It's uncouth.
Paul's dead, but we can make worldwide news for a reason.
There you go.
Right, bud. You got Trey's big question to end on.
Rightio. So as the doghouse goes, like we're always in the doghouse for some reason. So I've come
even when it's your dog headbutting your wife. I don't know how that's my fault.
Yeah, but as like this situation happens all the time. Like any given, I'd like to say Thursday to Friday, like Sunday.
Probably happens to
Probably-
you more than me with
Oh.
the kids at home. You got
Yeah,
a few more responsibilities to look
yeah,
after.
fair more chances. So, well, let's paint the picture. So, Friday afternoon drinks, you at the pub, say there's 4 or 5 of your mates. So, usually when you're drinking just beers, boys enter a shout. So, what's your view on a shout? How do you see a shout? Because the way personally I see the shout is it's a lot of people think it's just out of goodwill. But the way I see it is it's a contractual agreement between the boys. Like, unsigned, like no paperwork, unspoken. If I start a shout, we got to either finish it, agree to end it, or
remember it,
you know? So when we sort of start the shout, so bang, say Shepherd buys 5 beers for a group of 5 of us. Then I'm up next. I'm not paying for 5, like my beer and the 4 beers for the boys. I'm paying for the beers I just drank, you know?
Yeah, that's it.
That's the way I see a shout.
It's the last beer you had and the next 3 you're going to have.
Yeah, so I'm paying for the extras plus me 3
I'm
gifts.
taking from what you've said. And I've taken a lot of when you sent me this question.
Yeah.
We disagree.
You disagree? Like, the views of the shout? Or?
Yeah.
So how do you view a
For
shout?
me, it is what it is.
It is what it is, you reckon?
When we start. When we stop, we stop. Sometimes I might buy 3 rounds to someone's 2. I might buy 2 to someone's 3. But I feel like in the long run of friendship, it all equals out.
Yeah, I think so too. But back to the doghouse relevancy. So
yeah, we've got to get to the conundrum.
So like the fine print of the shout doesn't really phase me much, but the way I view it is I'm paying for the free ones I'm going to get.
Yeah.
And or if I'm the last person, I'll pay.
Free beer.
Yeah, I know. I hate to say it. It always happens, but we can get onto that after this question. So how many shouts? So you get the text or the call, or if you're at the pub with the girls and they go, let's go home, and you're halfway through a beer.
You said you'd be home at 9. It's 10:30.
It's 10:30. You're halfway through a beer and say, we've done the circle. You're the last shout. Do you close the shout or leave after that beer?
Last one round. See, so you hit me with this in the question.
So half a beer to 3/4 of a beer at this shout.
Yeah.
And you've got the last one.
How I phrased your question was when you hit me with it was like there could be 3 more shouts to go.
But we're gonna home. But I want to see where the line is. So you've got one. We're halfway, like 3/4 to halfway through our like this beer. You've got the last shout to seal.
Yeah, I'll give you the numbers, but I will also caveat it with I feels like it's caveated with how big the night's been. Like if there's been 11 rounds, then it is what it is.
Yeah.
But let's say you just standard night, maybe 5 to 6 rounds. Just a night with the boys.
So
not massive.
So say Friday night, you got shit to do Saturday. Shit to do Saturday.
But you still want to mow Saturday.
Yeah, so shit to do Saturday. And
say 5 to 6 rounds.
So we
keep going if there's just the beer on plus 2 rounds.
Beer you're on plus 2 rounds. Right. Yeah. So that's your boundary. That's your line. Right.
But it's also like I won't name names because it's rude to name names.
Yeah, I'm not pointing any fingers.
Not all pressure is the same.
Yeah. What do you mean?
I'll name 2 names because it's. I feel like these are the names we can name. M pushing Ori and Jess pushing you isn't the same.
You reckon?
I give you more leeway than I give Ori.
Rightio.
You got 2 kids at home, and Jess can be mean.
Yeah.
M's can be a little bit of we'll get away with it.
We'll make sure they don't tune in this week.
Yeah. Ori might listen. They're not listening.
So yeah, like I'll probably say my threshold with my circumstance is I'm closing the shout off 1. 2 questionable, depending on how many rounds we're in.
I feel like it also might depend on who's owed. Like if the cheapskate hasn't got it.
Oh, that plays a massive factor. Massive factor. Like we want to see you.
We sound so cheap right now, but I feel like the ego comes into it a little bit.
Oh, big time.
And if it's just you and your 3 best mates, fuck, it is what it is. If anything, it's great. If you don't shout, I'm probably more happy to let you go because I know I've got it on you.
Yeah. So you just hang out with me.
Get that. Look, we might not go proper pub drinking for a while. We're just going to have house drinks. I'm like, surely you're round tray.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, so I'd say my threshold, like I'm already in trouble I'll probably go the 1 or 2 to close.
Yeah, see, you got the more this is what I'm saying about the pressure.
Mm.
You got to get home. Whereas I'm like...
Because I think half an hour extra is probably an extra couple of days of the silent treatment.
Yeah. A lot of pressure on you, buddy. I've got an angry wife.
I'd like to
find a way to deal with that.
I'd like to revisit this on a later date, but
we can test it. We can do some kind of formula, like we just keep drinking, and we'll do some formula of how many texts come through
to judging us like severity of doghouse implications.
See, I find I can keep Sammy down if I reply, but if I don't reply, the tidal wave builds up.
Don't want momentum.
No, you don't want that head to start spinning over.
No. So that's phone on the table stuff, I think. Got to reply every third.
Yeah, but then if you're too active in your hands, the boys notice.
Yeah, I know. So it's a tricky situation. So, yeah, I'd say we'll probably differ, but that was a situation. But can we reframe situation? Same 5 blokes, same non-contractual agreement to the shout. What's your opinion on? So say we've gone through 2 or 3 times, it just be...
I know where you're going, and I'll give you the story of why it makes me so angry.
So, right, hear me out. So 2 or 3 times because of the beer. 4th round of the shout, 1 bloke. So say you got 5 Great Northerns, previous shout. Then the 1 bloke, you always get the one like, I'm a bit over beer.
Yeah.
But comes back with 4 Northerns and a CC.
Oh, that's the CC's for him.
For him.
And he's paid for that.
Yeah.
Play on.
Play on. Rightio. Then your next shout, what do you buy?
Well, you're getting a beer because that's what you paid for me.
Exactly.
I'm not getting you a CC.
See, when I put this out for a few testers,
I'll lay on next.
So that's my opinion. So hey, if you
keep back at that,
multiple occasions,
and blokes kick back at you.
Yeah, no, mate, I'm on the CCs. I'm like, no.
That's your fucking problem.
That's your problem, not mine.
They seem like wedges to me.
So like the way I view that, I'll buy an extra beer. Like I'll buy the 5. Then he goes, I'm on the CCs. Well, shout broken, your issue.
Yeah.
But then all depends if this happens with the
he's fine to jump out because he got the last shout.
Yeah.
So he's done his non-contractual agreement.
Yeah.
You can jump out, that's fine.
That's fine.
But blokes aren't buying you your fucking CC.
But come back and announce that. With the CC, you should be popping on the table going, I'm done with beer, boys.
Yeah.
Keep me out.
Yeah.
But
it'll come up because you got 4 beers in a CC. People got eyes.
People got eyes, exactly. So it's just that next shout when it's all 5 beers again and there's a bit of kickback.
And you know what? It's wrong to kick back, but if you're that bloke, your gut's not happy. You've just had a CC and you're going back to a beer.
No, exactly. So I'm more in that situation. If you're over beer, there's a fair chance we may be over beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you pull the alpha move,
you should have spoken up.
Yeah.
You go, I'm getting a CC. Does anyone want to kick over?
Yeah. And there you go. New agreement.
And then let's say it's only one other bloke. It's you. So you cut it into a shout of 3 and 2. 2 you can start shouting at CCs.
Yeah. There needs to be discussion about this, but there's no expectation. You know, that's what I'm saying.
And it's like if we went up to the bar though and it's just me and you for one, I'll get you this one. And you say CC, that's fine. But it's like I'm not entering some fucking 6-round thing where you want a CC every round.
Exactly.
Canadian club for anyone who hasn't worked out what CC.
Right, yeah. Not the chips. not the Doritos from Wish.
But they were good though.
They were good. So yeah, that's all. That was me pondering questions of the boundary of how many to end the shout before going, and the CC or someone spiriting up during a shout.
When this happened, and it happened in fucking daylight.
Daylight? Robbery?
Robert. Yeah, there you go. We're at the Duke.
Right.
So just a country pub. We're all just going beer for beer.
Yeah.
And we're all happy with beer. The fucking sun's up.
So what time? Give us time frames here.
Give you time. We
start
summer. We had eaten dinner, but the sun's up.
Rightio. So we're
and
talking about
up. It's not 8.
We're talking 7 or 9.
I want to go 7s.
Yeah, rightio.
He's come back in his round and gone, I'm a bit over beer. Not CC. He's got 5 double blacks.
Ooh,
I just remember Butsy's face and going, what are they?
what a day.
What are they? I certainly didn't feel like that.
Because, see, that's play on, I reckon. If you come back with the 5 for the boys.
I'm still ropeable.
Yeah, I know, but if you come back with 5 for the boys of what your choice of drink, but that's the thing with a shout. Like, you agree with what beer you want. Like, dry, northern.
Most people just go, what one beer, but you can change. Like,
change up a bit.
Go, give me the VBs. Because they might be fucking 20 cents different.
Exactly. So, bang, you do it. But for a bloke to break a shout and come back with 5, that's fine. I reckon that's play on. You get what you're given in that case.
But, all right. What if you came back with fucking, no, I can't say, I was going to say rosé, but we've got a fondness for it now.
Yeah.
What if you came back with 5 trash drinks?
Yeah, different turn of events. Like, it has to be,
but I would
has to be equal to the price or above. If you're going, say, if we're going.
I don't know what you're saying about prop. Forget that though, but just personal opinion, in my age now, I would consider a double black a trash drink.
Oh, yeah. But since the price tag, I think it's a pass mark, I think.
You're just taking the win. You're just taking, there's a fair bit of alcohol content. Take the win.
Because if you're drinking for the taste, I think you're doing it wrong.
I'll tell you what, bud. I reckon this is 5 years ago. I'm still ropeable.
But no, I think that's play on. Like, he's thought of everyone else. Because if he's coming.
He's thought of himself and he's doing everyone else.
Yeah, but that's the shout. Like, it's his turn.
Next time we're in a shout, you're getting something ranked.
No, that means all of us are getting something ranked, not just one. Because if you're stitching up me,
I'll get myself a beer and get something ranked.
Yeah, exactly. That's a plan move. But you're like, oh, boys, I feel like a vodka cranberry. Bang, you got to bring 5 of them.
You better say that before you do it.
No.
Because Rocket just did it.
Yeah, I know. But I get where you're coming from. But the fact that he's brought back 5 of the same, he's not mixing and matching. Like, imagine if you brought double blacks and 4 Smirnoff ices. Like, weird. Yeah, I know, massive difference.
The weird part about that analogy is they're the same fucking drink.
The same drink. Same drink, just one got more alcohol content.
What I take from this little trade squeak question is our shouts always go fine.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I know.
Because we seem to disagree.
Well, it's unspoken law, mate. It's a tort, some would say. It's unspoken law.
And what I wanted to bring up when you brought this up, and I didn't care, and this is where I just go, it is what it is. The not raw, because no one got ripped off, but just the absolute mess that was the shouts at Ori's Bucks at the cricket.
It was an absolute farce. Diabolical.
Because then, by the time we worked out how bad it was, or everyone else had worked out how bad it was, we didn't care. I got his younger brother next to me going, who's up in the shout? Who's next? I'm like, bud, your shout has changed. People, groups, alcohol amounts, maybe 6 times. Me and Trey have come in and out of this when people have remembered and forgotten us 4 times.
Yeah, big time.
We've had different drinks. People have come and left like, who are we up to? Who you doing? Not a fucking clue.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's when we jumped on. It was getting freezing.
Oh, yeah,
so we went up to the bar. What's the one alcohol not in the fridge?
Yeah, sure.
Bit of
warm up yourself from the inside.
Tell you what, though, it worked.
It worked. Worked a treat. But yeah, well, I think that wraps up that question. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
No, episode 2, bud.
Done.
Were you looking forward to this?
I was.
So episode 1, I was so a bit apprehensive, and you were pretty nervous, I reckon. And then all week, I've been looking forward to this.
Oh no, me too. I think the chat from the start of the week when we're just trying to get a run sheet together showed keenness. So it's good that it's game day.
It's good. It brings up chats too that we can have. Game day.
Yeah, game day, baby.
This will release Wednesday, guys. I don't know why I'm telling you it'll be Wednesday when you hear it. Please leave a review. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe. We're on pretty much everything other than Facebook. Haven't got Facebook working yet, but we're pretty much on everything. Doghouse Podcast. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.